Good evening. It is the Put the Kids to Bed version of the Sports 2.0 show. I am Rodney Knuppel. I am joined alongside with me tonight, the fourth co-host that we've had, the Jeopardy-style co-host, Andrew Zaiser. You can follow him right there at Andrew Zaiser. Good evening, Andrew. How are you this evening?
I'm sweating it a little bit, man. I've got the Notre Dame game on in the other room, and that's where my alliance lies. Go Irish, man. I hope we
Yeah. Yeah, hey, yeah, we're on a little delay here, it sounds like tonight, so hopefully. Yeah, 24-20. Again, we're on a little delay here. I don't know if it's our internet signal or whatnot, but 24-20. So, Andrew, what brought you to Notre Dame? I mean, talk about you a little bit here. Where's your sports allegiances lie outside of Notre Dame?
So I'm born and raised Washington, Sunnyland, Illinois. Pretty much my family at a young age, teenage parents, my dad, he's a hell of a high school football player. He's always been a huge football fan, huge baseball fan. He took me to Wrigley Field when I was 3 years old, and that was my birthday present every year. I'd go to Wrigley Field July 25th, that weekend of, usually see him play the Cardinals, sometimes the Sox. We usually lost, but I fell in love. I fell in love with being a bleacher bum, man. I'm all Chicago besides my college football team. I'm Notre Dame Fighting Irish, Chicago Bears fan, Chicago Bulls fan. I'm a Lion-Eye basketball, but yeah, man. I played sports growing up my whole life. 4-year high school baseball player. That's what I wanted to do. Was obviously make it to the big leagues. I couldn't do that. So what I was always good about doing was talking about, writing about sports. I joined my journalism class my freshman year of high school, and ended up doing that all 4 years. Had some good opportunities, won some awards while I was doing it. Ended up being the sports editor. Then after that, I went to ICC, and I actually got paid to be the sports editor of the ICC Harbinger. That's when one of the cool things happened. The tornado hit our hometown in Washington, and the Chicago Bears and Robbie Gould got to come clean up the debris there. Well, I was close to everybody in Washington, and the cops and everything let me go back there and be one of the only people that got to go back there. Interviewed Robbie Gould, some of the other special teams guys that were there. Ended up submitting that story to a state journalism writing competition, and I ended up getting first place with that. I also did talk shows at ICC. I did play-by-play broadcasting for the men's basketball and women's basketball. Then life got in the way a little bit, man. Had some ups and downs, some struggles. I got a 4-year-old son, so I had to stop. I stopped going to college. I didn't have to, but I did. Got a full-time job, and then my life's been on the rise these past about 5 months. Been focused again, and I just enrolled at Full Sail University 3 months ago for sportscasting. I'm getting my bachelor's in that. So I'm selling cars right now. That's what I'm doing to pay the bills. But this is what I want to do for a living, is actually be paid to talk about sports. So I'm done rambling. That's me. I'm Andrew Zaiser.
Yeah, very nice. Well, that's a cool story. And while you were talking, Irish scored again, so now you've got an 11-point lead. And we'll talk more Irish as the game goes. It's kind of nice to be able to watch a game and talk about it at the same time. I know you've got some people that want to join. I am sharing it on Facebook for you here real quick, so they can join us. If you are joining us for the first time, up in the far right, there is a comment button. So feel free to get your comments in, and we'll talk sports tonight for a half hour or so, and looking forward to having you. So, Andrew, let's talk a little bit about the Bears real quick. You're a big Bears fan. What's your expectations? What's your expectations of the 2021 season?
I'm an optimist, but I'm a realist, man. It's just what it's going to boil down to when we pull the trigger, honestly. So, obviously, we got a big test next Sunday night. I don't want to be rooting against the Red Rocket, but also, I don't know when Nagy and Pace, them being in this I'd call it a contract year for both of them, honestly. You know, they gotta get something done. We can't keep settling for these 8, 9, 9, and 8 seasons. The issue is it's not the offense that I'm worried about. I'm worried about the lifespan of this great defense we've had for the past 3 seasons. Max getting old, Hicks is getting up there, and you know, we got so my expectations. I don't know, man. I don't know if do I want us to start off 0-3 going into that, you know, Bengals game? And are we going to try and sell tickets and just keep Andy Dalton against his old team and have that storyline going? Or what if we're 2-1? I just don't. I don't know if we're going to make a move until there's an injury or what. So I'm kind of, I don't know. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, I've said all along. I think the Bears are like an 8-9, 9-8, 7-10 type team, and I mean, I don't know. I'm okay with them not starting Justin Fields in week 1, and a lot of people have disagreed with me, but I just don't know as if you want him going on a Sunday night game against Aaron Donald and company Sunday night. I mean, I feel like you're setting them up to fail in week 1. While you might lose week 1, you're probably going to lose week 1 with Justin Fields anyway. The Rams are a better team than the Bears.
Right.
So my thought is, why don't we see what Andy Dalton can do? You know, and you know, if they're, I don't know when the bye week is. I'm trying to look right now at their schedule. You know, week 10. So that's probably too long to let Andy Dalton go. But what if Andy Dalton brings you at 5-4 heading into that week 10 bye week? It's Andy Dalton's team until then, I think. And but it's a tough schedule. Looking at their schedule, they got the Packers and Buccaneers back to back. I mean, it's not an easy schedule. Pittsburgh comes to town, Baltimore on the schedule. So, you know, I keep saying like 7 to 8 wins for the Bears is probably where their max is.
Well, this is the thing. What's Vegas got them at? Do you know what they got them at? Is it 8?
7.5, 8. I think you can find different numbers no matter where you're looking. You know, obviously 7.5, 8 is the number you're going to get it at. If you can get it at 7.5, obviously it's different than 8. But yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of expectations for the Bears, especially with Green Bay. You know, with Rodgers still there, you know, that's going to be the team to beat in the division. I think a lot of people are still trying to figure out what Minnesota is going to do. Fortunately, the Lions are probably still going to be the last place team in that division. They just are. They suck. So, you know, it's one of those numbers where I think it's a tough number, you know, and one I'm just truly staying away from. I'm not betting either side of that. Sure. Bears. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, like you said, what if we do ride Dalton and we're 5-4? But I think it's just going to come down to how did we get to that 5-4 record? Did the defense carry us to that 5-4 record? And, you know, win low-scoring games and Dalton struggling, you know, maybe 15 picks, 12 touchdowns. Do you make that move then? Because we're right there, you know. We still got a half of the season left to make that move. So do you put Fields in that situation? It's going to be interesting, man. But, I mean, it's all going to play out, and we're going to see what happens. But, yeah, I'm not getting my hopes up. But, like I said, I just don't think this defense has really much time left. So
yeah, the shelf life of that defense does not look to me this longer. Now the Bears are 33-1 to win the NFC. You know, I mean, are you the type that throws a couple bucks down on that and, you know, roots on your team? A couple bucks at 33-1. Who says no?
I know, right? Well, the thing is, man, me and my luck when it comes to it, I don't make that bet, and then we'll do it. Because if I do make that bet, I'm a superstitious dude. Then it's definitely not going to happen. So I'm just going to let it ride. Yeah, I'm staying away from that. And, you know, I like it. Whenever I bet on the Cubs, if I do a 5-game parlay and I bet on the Cubs, guess what? Cubs lose. If I bet against the Cubs, which I've done here lately, it's blowing up in my face. So, I stay away. Well, I didn't take Notre Dame by 7.5 tonight because I was like, yeah, that's right on that margin. So I stayed away from that. But I did, as we talked about before the show, I got screwed on that. If anybody was watching the first quarter of that Florida State game tonight, we had them at negative 19 yards total. And then a play with, I believe, 5 minutes left in the first quarter, they busted off an 89-yard touchdown to tie the game 7-7. Oh, yeah. And I got that. Before the game, a $10 bet. I just put a $10 bet on. I would have doubled my money, got $20 out of it. Put $10 on Irish -1.5 in the first quarter. And look what I lost. So that's why you don't bet for your own teams.
Yeah, that's also true. You win some and you lose some in the world of betting, and that was one of those bad losses for you. Hey, I was looking at the offensive rookie of the year odds. Justin Fields at 6-1. He's second. He's second to Trevor Lawrence. I think if you see Justin Fields play even as many as 10 games, I still think he has a good shot at winning that offensive rookie of the year at 6-1. Although Trevor Lawrence is going to be a good player, Zach Wilson, the quarterback of the Jets, and then Mac Jones is one of the co-favorites as well. But 6-1, I think is maybe worth a flyer for Justin Fields.
I like 6-1 Mac Jones a lot better. I like 6 just because the pure fact that getting games, because Justin Herbert had a hell of a year last year. It wasn't mind-boggling, but he got enough games in, and he didn't have much competition in that. I think it was Jefferson finished second, and Justin Jefferson, and that I heard you and Scooter talking this morning about this same thing. Actually, I tuned into your show on 101.
Very nice,
and I heard you got. I like Najee Harris at 8-1, man. I really do, and I know Skeeter said that it was going to be probably have to have a 1,500-yard season or whatever, and he said that's not out of their own possibility. I like the money line. I really do, because who knows what's going to happen with these rookie quarterbacks. I'm not sipping the Trevor Lawrence juice. You heard it here first. I'm really not. He just doesn't have enough talent surrounded around him, man. But I'm not buying into that.
Well, I guess the only thing I can say on Trevor Lawrence is, that he continued to make Clemson a national title contender, and then we saw what happened without Trevor Lawrence last night. 3 points. So, I'm not necessarily going to argue with you because this is a different level for Trevor Lawrence. I'm not really buying that he's going to be an elite star either, but 3.5 to 1 doesn't seem like great odds for somebody that, we don't know how. Trey Lance is 6-1 as well. You mentioned Najee Harris at 8-1. Trey Sermon at 20-1. So there are a few guys there. Really looking forward to that rookie class. A lot of interesting names there. Moving. Go ahead.
Ready to call Lawrence Ryan. You're not ready to call Lawrence Ryan Leaf yet, then, huh?
No, not quite. Not quite. I'm not.
Right.
While we're talking here, your Irish are back in the red zone. Within a couple yards here, looking like they're going to go in. Yep, looks like they went in again. So now 37-20 pending the extra point. I like your chances, and I don't like my.
I got another prop bet.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I had another.
No, you're good.
I was going to ask who scored that touchdown because I need to know how many yards Cones got. I took a prop bet it was plus 300, him having 300 passing yards and Irish win. So I don't know how many yards he's at.
That was Chris Tyree with the touchdown there. So 38 to 20, 4:37 left in the third. And I took the hook. I took Florida State 7.5. Doesn't look like I'm going to get this one tonight. They're going to have to, let's see, they're going to be down 18. I guess 2-point conversion and a field goal maybe. But anyways, that's the college game going on right now. So, hey, let's turn our attention. Go ahead. What do you?
I hit that bet if they win. Cones at 335 yards passing. So
there you go. Big win.
All right.
Big win.
All right.
Hey, let's turn our attention to Cubs real quick. I know you're a Cub guy. We'll talk a little baseball action, and then we will get to a couple of our segments, the gutless choking dog of the week, and also our See It Time, which we do every show here on the Put the Kids to Bed version. Your Cubs, are you a believer in this Frank Swindle guy?
I like him a lot, man. Somebody had to step up, and don't look now, man. 6-game winning streak. We're coming for that wild card spot.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know about that. About that. Hey, my only question is Frank Swindle's 29 years old, though. How long is his future with the Cubs?
Yeah, man. I don't know. What's it? I guess we got a couple old traveling minor leaguers. Patrick Wisdom, I believe he's 29 years old too.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. We'll see what happens next year. I've like I said, not putting too much stock into this team at all. I'm happy that my boy Javi got all the haters today, 4 for 4. And I think, 3 or 4 RBIs today. So a bunch of thumbs down all around there to the Mets fans up there. So
yeah, you like the comments Javi made
too, and that division's still wide open.
Yeah, you like Javi's comments?
You know, man, I see what he's saying. It's just wrong place, wrong time. You know, you just
I think I'm losing you here.
There.
Can't understand it. Yeah, I think I'm losing you here real quick.
He just got there,
right.
And I know he's just a rink, but can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good. I don't know. Our connection's not doing real well tonight. I don't know if it's weather or what it is out there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Did you hear any of that I said or no?
Yeah, I did. So, I mean, I don't know. The Cubs. What do you expect from the Cubs in 2022? I mean, it's a rebuild this year. I mean, are you expecting them to try to compete, to really actually compete in the division next year?
No, I mean, I'm not. I'm not gonna. Definitely not gonna be making any bets on it, man. I don't know what we're gonna do. I really don't know what the move is from here, man. It's just so disappointing. Ever since we got this team built, man, 6 years ago, that going back to when we made that run to the NLCS, it's just one World Series. I don't want to sound like an ungrateful Cubs fan, man, but just all the talent we had, man. It's just only getting one title out of that. It's hard to swallow. It really is.
Yeah. I mean, so like, who are you building around? If you're the Cubs, and you're the owner, you're the leader, who are you building around?
There's not much to build around, man. I mean, we got that Ortega. I mean, we got to build around. Contreras, man, I think he's out the door too. I mean, that would be my answer. I'd love to keep Willie. I love Contreras, man. I mean, he really does remind me. I wish that he could, because I'm not going to hate on you guys. What Yadier Molina has done for you guys' franchise, it's incredible. And showing his loyalty, I wish that we could have a guy like Contreras like that in the clubhouse. And, he made some comments. I think it was a little bit right after the trade, or even before we traded the guys, because morale was down. And he's like, nobody was trying, and he felt like he was giving his all every single game. So I mean, that's a guy, a leader that I'd like to be able to build around. But I can't say I blame him if he gets out of it either. It's just the crystal ball is really blurry right now, man, and it's hard to answer that question.
Yeah, and that's where they're playing well right now, but like, is this just false hope for some of these guys that are on this roster? What's Madrigal really going to do for them? I mean, there's a lot of talk that he's kind of a guy they're going to center around, but I mean, he's not going to be a big power guy. They obviously going to need some thump in that lineup, and their pitching is atrocious. I mean, going forward, their pitching's not real good. I mean, you can build around Kyle Hendricks, but after that, what's next? So a lot of Cub question marks. I just don't know where they're going to go this offseason to really think that they're going to be a contender in the next year or two.
No, and well, Rodney, let's look at the last 6 teams. Well, the last 2 teams we played to get these six wins. We beat the Twins twice, and then we beat the Pirates. So, I mean, we're playing well right now. But I agree. Yeah, we can't have a guy like Zach Davies who gives up 8 runs in 2 innings every night. So, I mean, it's tough. Yeah, but I do like Madrigal a lot. That was about the only good deal we got.
Yeah. All right, let's move to one of our two segments. Every week we try to do the gutless choking dog every once a week. A lot of times we'll have it on a Sunday, so good night for you to go ahead and start. So some guys in the last week or so that you just think they underperform. We call it the GCD of the week, the gutless choking dog. Who's your first one, Andrew?
Okay, so I did some little bit of practice before this one, but still probably gonna butcher. Galale, the Clint. So, like you said, you touched on. It was funny. Trevor Lawrence up there watching that last night and just showing you how great of a college quarterback he was, man. But
yeah, and I not only Clemson, but the ACC in general just was a
770 yards and a pick. I know that Georgia
hurt. Yeah. I think I lost you again there for a second. All right, hey, that's the Sports 2.0 show. We'll see if we can get Andrew back on here in a second. We seem to lose his connection. I don't know if it's the internet connection or what it is, but see if we can get Andrew back on here. There he is.
Hey, I don't know what happened there, man.
Yeah, no, so it's the internet connection. I don't know. You got like Stone Age internet in there? I'm just kidding you, but
I know, man. I guess so.
Yeah, so we're going with the. So who's your second one? We'll go back to number 2 here.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Washington University football.
Washington. Yeah, I'm still struggling to hear you here.
Washington University.
Yes, yeah, big loss last night. That was a top 20 team coming in, and then they lost to Montana? I believe it was Montana. A bad loss for them in that one. I'm gonna have to figure something out here on this connection. I'm not sure. Sorry about the bad connection we've got going on here, but we'll see what you can do. Every time we move, we seem to lose the connection here on the Put the Kids to Bed version of the Sports 2.0 show. We'll see if I can get Andrew back one more time here. That's really weird how this is not doing well. He's went with Clemson. He's went with Washington so far. We'll see if he has a third one here in a minute. Once again, this is the Sports 2.0 show, the Put the Kids to Bed version of the show. Andrew, you're back with me one more time here. You back with me here, Andrew?
Sorry, guys. This is going wonderful. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on with the internet on my side. I apologize.
No, you're good. You're good. It seems like every time there's a movement, it goes out on us. But so we got Washington football. We got a third one.
Yep, I have. So I'm going to go local sports. This might make some people angry, but Peoria High football, man. People are big on them, having them ranked third. And I know they went against a tough Wheaton St. Francis team, but they got blown out of the water, man. That was a big opportunity for them, and they did not answer the bell on that.
Yeah, no, that is a tough loss. And, another team, and I know it's a little bit out of our local area, but Rochester went up to somewhere north and got their brains beat in as well. And I give these guys a little bit of credit for going and scheduling, basically going to play anybody. But, yeah, sometimes you're just in over your head, and that seemed to be Peoria High on this weekend in football. You got a fourth one?
My alma mater, too. Washington, but that was the thing. They scheduled Kankakee, and I think they're ranked 3rd and 6th. Hey, I get it, trying to build that resume, but that was tough too. But yeah, I got another one. It's the Yankees bullpen. Is my gutless 2 games in a row, yesterday and today, they have blown a lead and lost to the best team in baseball, the Baltimore Orioles. So
best team in baseball. Yeah, Baltimore struggle. And if we're going to talk about bullpens, we're going to talk about my Cardinal bullpen, Alex Gray, giving up a grand slam, a walk-off grand slam to Daniel Vogelbach. Back-to-back Sundays, my 10-year-old and I are watching the Cardinals on the couch, and we are very predicting what's going to happen. We know what's going to happen. This ball is gone. Second pitch, gone. Cardinals, gutless choking dog for the second straight week. They're 2.5 out of a wild card. But back to your Yankees comment, Yankees now just half game up on Boston for that top wild card. If they don't watch it, they're going to lose that spot.
I agree, man. I didn't want to say anything about your Cardinals. Funny thing is, when I was making my bets on golf earlier, I scrolled past on FanDuel and I saw it said 5-1 Milwaukee. It was like plus 2,500 for. I should have clicked plus 2,500 on that bet right there, man. That would be a nice little payout.
Yes, it would have. Yeah. 5 runs in the 9th for Milwaukee. So let's move over to the see it time. So this is going to be, we're going to eliminate some people that have been eliminated, whether it's been traded, injured, released. We don't go too into detail if it's legal or anything like that, or get themselves in trouble. But we may mention it a little bit. But you got some SIAs for this week. Who's been eliminated this week?
So I'm going to go out on a limb here. I got 2 SIAs for Clemson football. Clemson football's national championship dreams and their 143 straight games of scoring in the first half streak. See ya.
Yes. Yeah, see ya to both of those. Dabo Sweeney, and he just seems like a guy that you just hate to see it. And you mean that in the most sarcastic way. Dabo Sweeney's just not a likable guy. He just doesn't seem to be the guy that but especially for a Notre Dame guy. I mean, I'm sure you're no love lost for Dabo Sweeney, but see ya Clemson. See ya Clemson's national title hopes. They will lose a second game this year, and then see it to their winning streak. That's a good one. That's a good one, Andrew. Good one.
All right. Next, I got Cam Newton's relevance in the NFL and chances of ever being a starter again unless there's an injury.
Yeah, so Cam Newton was let go by the Patriots. A lot of talk about why he was let go. Was it because, the unvaccinated? Was it because he was a bad teammate? There was a lot of talk about how he wasn't very accepting of being a backup. And you can't have that if you have a rookie starting quarterback. So, see you, Cam Newton. I think I might agree with you. I think I might agree with you that
way, man.
Yeah.
And the thing is, man, and like you said, that big argument that he's having, about as far as was it because of him not being vaccinated? I mean, sure. I mean, Belichick's not going to come out and say that, but the fact is simple, and I'm not into the whole debate about this or anything, but what the NFL's rules are implementing, if he's in that quarterback room and he catches it, it's not only going to affect him, but it could affect Jones as well. I mean, if it's coming down to a 2-dog race and they're neck and neck, you had to go with the guy who's the safe play, and that was Mac Jones.
Yeah, definitely. Mac Jones is a guy they're going to build around. You're not going to be able to continue building around Cam Newton. So I think it was a good move and maybe a cancer that they got rid of. And real quick, Florida State touchdown. So your lead is going to be down to 11 here. Yeah. Go ahead.
You're still alive in your bet. Hey, I'll be fine with you winning your bet as long as we get the W. So that's fine with me. I got another one here. Brooks Koepka's wrist. So apparently he hit a root yesterday and had to withdraw from the FedEx Cup. Funny thing is, I'm a big Barstool Sports fan, and my boy Dave Portnoy was supposed to go against Koepka left-handed on Tuesday. Now my boy Portnoy is on Twitter saying that root was planted there in the ground, and he's dodged if he could beat Portnoy in the $250,000 match. So Kepka is running for the hills now. They had to delay the match.
Did they delay it? I haven't followed. I knew the match was supposed to be Tuesday. They're, charging like $500 for a ticket, but I did say they have delayed it.
They have delayed it. Portnoy tweeted, if you're familiar with the movie The Big Lebowski, he posted the video of when they delay their bowling championship. That video of John Goodman and him sitting in the alley because John Goodman's Jewish and is Shabbos, so he doesn't roll on Saturdays. He posted that at Kepka. So good stuff.
Oh yeah. That's it was a tough hit for Kepka. I mean, he wasn't going to win the Tour Championship, but obviously, he would have liked to have finished. I would have liked for him to finish. I was cashing with my team, my DraftKings team, with Kepka on my team. Obviously, when you only have 30 players playing and he doesn't play a day and a half, you don't cash anymore. So I took the hit. Thanks, Brooks. See you, Brooks.
Does he still get paid for 30th place? I wonder how that works. Does he just go to 30th and still get paid? I wonder how that works, like payout wise.
Yeah, I think typically what happens is if you start the tournament, you're going to get a payout. So that's why sometimes you see a guy that, will play day one or half of day one and withdraw. I think he's probably going to get a payout. And whether we agree with that or not, I mean, whatever. It isn't going to affect me any. But, yeah, I think he's going to get a payout for that.
No. I was just curious. And, man, we'll see if he's back for the Ryder Cup. And that Ryder Cup, that's full of drama, man. I saw a meme the other day. Kepka and Cantley hate each other. Kepka and Brooks hate each other. Dustin and Brooks hate each other. And if Patrick Reed's back and healthy, Patrick Reed hates everybody. Everybody hates Patrick Reed. So there's going to be a lot of drama on that Ryder Cup team. So.
Yeah, I just looked it up. If he does get paid for 30th, he'll get a cool $395,000 for playing 2.5 days there in East Lake. So congratulations, Brooks Koepka. But see ya.
Yeah. See ya. Illinois football being back after that tough loss last night.
Yeah.
They're not back. I know that apparently that's the Roadrunners are supposed to be like the greatest team they've ever had or something. At least that's what they were saying on the Big Ten Network last night. I haven't done much digging into that organization, but man, the defense looked great against Nebraska, I thought, and they were scoring just like that, man. And they made a heck of a drive there at the end. I watched to the end, and I'm impressed with that backup quarterback, though, man. I thought he's played pretty well for Illinois. I'm not a huge Illinois football hater. I'll always root for him, but no national championship this year.
Yeah, the national championship parade has been put on hold in Champaign-Urbana. The orange and blue diamonds and confetti has been delayed for a little bit. They will have to wait. Brett Bielema will not win a ring in year one. But, I mean, the team's improved. It was a nice win over Scott Frost in Nebraska. But now they might be staring at a 1-2 hole because they do have to go to Virginia. And now Virginia out of the ACC, and the ACC was one of the biggest gutless choking dogs of week one. But, the ticker tape parade in Champaign has been put on hold.
And I got my last one was Tom Brady's parade. Those are going to be put on hold now. An article came out today that apparently with his little, most relatable scene where he threw the trophy to another boat and everything, apparently he contracted COVID-19. So I don't know if this is a political statement by Tom Brady's part, but I don't think we're going to see any more big party trophies, throwing trophies into boats and almost falling in the ocean from Tom Brady anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean, Tom Brady's his own guy. He's going to do what he wants. I mean, the video I saw of Tom Brady, like he couldn't hardly walk after that parade. So I don't know as if it was actually COVID or like he just had a long hangover. I mean, that guy had a good time.
Well,
Go ahead.
This COVID-19 excuse is going too far because me and my dad went and golfed yesterday, 18, and he had a few too many beverages the Saturday night before, and I tried to get him on the tee time, and he told me when I was getting him out of bed to go kick his butt on the golf course, he said he thinks he's got COVID. So this COVID-19 excuse for hangovers getting a little out of control.
Yeah, COVID-19 is taking over the world in more ways than one. So, well, Andrew, those were some good ones. Thank you for your see you time. And thank you for the gutless choking dogs. We will work on the connection here. I don't know if it's mine or yours, whatever it is. We'll work on it. We'll get you back on. I know you know your stuff, and I'd like to maybe talk another Sunday night when a game's going on, and maybe talk some Bears with you coming up in a couple weeks.
That sounds great, Rodney, man. I had a great time besides the lax, man. It was fun. Hopefully after this I can go out there, celebrate a Notre Dame Fighting Irish victory, be 1-0, and hopefully you're going to be going 2-0 after Toledo next week, man. But seriously, thank you for the opportunity, man, and I would love to come back on here and do this again, man, with hopefully better Wi-Fi.
Yeah, definitely. Well, definitely. Well, we'll work on maybe getting you maybe your own little segment sometime. You can join us on the Sports 2.0 network. We got all sorts of shows going on, and, maybe it's something you want to do. So, all right, I'm Rodney Knuppel. He's Andrew Zaiser. This is the Sports 2.0 put the kids to bed version of the show. Right now it is 38-28 with 10:34 to go. His Irish are leading the game, but they are punting, so Florida State trying to get back in the game. I just need one more touchdown. Let's make it a 3-point game. He can win the game. I'll win the bet. We'll both be happy. All right, I'm Rodney Knuppel. He's Andrew Zaiser. So long for just a while, and we will see you. I'll be back tomorrow morning, 9:30 for the Sports 2.0, the USA Wager Sports Brief. I'm Rodney. He's Andrew. So long for just a while.